Hey everybody, welcome back to Peachy Disc Golf. Today I am still up in Indiana. I am here at Rum Village Park Disc Golf Course in South Bend, and we are going to be trying out a stack of new, decently overstable discs from Prodigy. So I think there's 24 holes on this course, so we're gonna play the front 12 using mainly these discs only. Let's see how we fare. All right, so real quick, we'll run through the discs that we have. You can see I have a pretty sizable stack here. First off, we got the PX-3, an overstable throwing putter. This is in 500 plastic. In the hand, this feels very similar to my PA3 that I have been loving off the tee. My 400 plastic PA3, that's been my go-to throwing putter. So really excited to see how this compares, how much more overstable is it. Then we have the A5, but this time it's in 400 plastic. I've been throwing the A5 in 300 plastic and I have been loving it. It has been one of my favorite approach discs. It feels very similar to a zone. Really looking forward to seeing how it flies in this 400 plastic. Is it going to be a little more overstable because it's not a baseline plastic? I don't know, we'll see. Then we have another disc that I've really been looking forward to. We have the MX-1, very overstable mid-range, 5204. This should fly similar, I'm guessing, to the Birdie Ultra that I did a review of pretty recently. So I wish I had this in that grouping to see how it compares, but I'm excited to try this out. How beefy is it? Will it replace the Ultra that I had just put in the bag recently? I'm not sure. All right, then we have the Gannon Buhr Sorry Guys Special Blend M2. So this is a 5402, which is similar in number to my MVP Matrix. So not a super overstable disc. I'm guessing this will fly pretty straight for most of the flight with a nice dependable fade at the end of the flight. All right, then moving on to fairways, we got three. First off, we have the Kevin Jones feedback here in 500 plastic, 9.5, -1.3. I've thrown a couple of times and I have found that it is very overstable. It is a beefcake. I was looking for a slot between my Draco and my Undertaker, and I thought maybe this disc could fill that slot, but this disc is pretty overstable, and hopefully we'll be able to showcase that in a couple holes here today. Then we have two fairway drivers that are very similar to each other. We have the FX-3 and the FX-4. They're both 9-speed. The FX-3 is 9.4, -1.52, and the FX-4 is 9.5, -2.1. So this should be a little bit more understable, a little bit more overstable, but we'll see. On some holes, we might be able to throw both of these and see a direct head-to-head comparison. Now, I think there's 24 holes here at the park, so we're going to play the front 12 using mainly these discs. Now, I do also have my PA3, my A2, a couple of other discs here and there that we might throw in the mix, but we're gonna head to hole one and let's see how we do. Hole one, par 3, 339 feet. I don't think you can see the basket, but basically we have a long fairway that's downhill. Basket's actually off to the right. So we're gonna basically just throw the FX3 and 4 as far as we can and sort of let it check up sort of into the mouth past the trees there, and hopefully have a easy approach into the green from there. Yeah, we're gonna start with the FX3 and then we'll go with the FX4. Yep, that's pretty overstable. That's about where I wanted to go. Try FX4 now. See if we get a little more turn out of this. Really similar, actually. Both the FX3 and 4 almost identical. They're like 5 feet from each other. We're gonna throw the A5 on just a little chip forehand to the left side of this big tree. Okay, well, that went a lot straighter than I expected. Let's sort of compare that real quick. I brought the A2 with me. Yeah, the A5 is a good deal more overstable. That's parked circle 2 putt here. Low ceiling as well. That's unlucky. Dang it, taking a bogey right off the bat. Hole 2, 310 feet, par 3. Can't see the basket again, but the sign shows here. Basket is off to the right. We're gonna go with the FX4 here. We're gonna go on a little turnover shot, a little anhyzer. We'll see how well it holds. Oh, that's fighting out really quick. Ooh, that's pretty stable. Yeah, I gave it a lot of height too. All right, just for fun though, try a feedback forehand. All right, that's not bad, real short. You can see where my feedback landed, not bad. From here, the basket is to the left of this big tree in the frame, but I'm gonna go with a A5 backhand through this little gap here, and let's see how close it gets. Oh, that was just past the basket. That was a really great throw. I expected the A5, especially in premium plastic, to be significantly more stable than my 300 plastic A5, but oh, you know what? I have a zone. Let's see how a zone would have done. I find that the zone and the A5 are pretty comparable. All right, zone is definitely a little more stable, but not by that much. And I really like the complement between having an A2 and the A5. I think they really pair well together. Well, my FX-4, decent distance, just way left. It was a good deal more overstable than I expected, that's for sure. But we're gonna go with the PX-3 here, 500 plastic, throw it just a little to the right of the basket. I think this will be a pretty solid approach disc for this throw. We'll also throw the PA3 here as well. That way we can sort of have a back-to-back comparison. Ooh, that has got some nice stability. I think that's a little long of the basket, but it should be a tap in for par. Let's try the PA3. I threw that way softer. Oh, sorry, that's not gonna be a great comparison. PA3 still ended up like 10 feet from the basket, just short. But this PX3 throw was really nice. Hole 3 is 363 feet, par 3. You can see the basket sort of way back in the distance there, past a bunch of trees here. Several lines you can take though. We got a like a slight turnover to fade through this right gap in between the trees here. Forehand or really big turnover gap straight ahead. We're gonna go with the FX3 and the FX4 here. And we're gonna go for this little right gap. Try to just give it a little ante and then let it flex back to the basket. I am gonna wait till there's no cars though, because I don't think I'm gonna turn this over, but just in case, that would be awkward. Oh, dang, just missed it. All right, FX3. Okay, that held the turn pretty nice, the FX3. It had a nice S shape on that line. I had a pretty good anhyzer on it. It got out to probably the end of that big limb there and then started fading back. So that'll actually be in a good spot. We're probably gonna play from there just because I wanna feel good about myself. This is my channel. So the FX3 was a really good throw actually. We're probably 70 feet away from the basket here. We're gonna throw both the PX3 and the A5. Ooh, that is nice and stable. That's still an easy putt though. That's a par there. Try A5. Similar line, let's see. That's parked. Yeah, those have pretty similar flights actually. The A5, I think you could probably get a little more distance. It's a little thinner. And for me personally, I do think it's a little more comfortable as well because of that. All right, couple park jobs here. Got the PX3, 5-foot tap in. And then the A5 is just a drop in right here. All right, hole 4, 270 feet, par 3. I don't see the basket at all, but it looks like it should just be straight ahead, uphill. So another long throw here. We're getting some work done with the FX3, FX4. And I figured why not, we'll throw the feedback in this one as well, just to show how much more overstable it is than the other two. So we're gonna go FX4 first. That'll be the shot we throw from. Then we're gonna go FX3 and then feedback. Ooh, that had a little flip. Not much distance though, but that had a nice little flip. Try the FX3 here. That had a little more flip, I think. Similar distance. The FX3 and 4 for my arm speed seem very, very similar. All right, last up, we got the feedback. This is gonna be an absolute meat hook compared to those two though. Yeah, look at how much hyzer that has. Ooh, a good 20 feet shorter than the FX4 there. No flip for me at all. Just pure hyzer all the way to the ground. Oh, dang it. User error, I didn't see the basket way over there. So the basket was way left of where I was aiming. So honestly, distance-wise, if I would have thrown a more direct line, probably could have gotten the distance there with the FX3 and 4 for sure. But now we have like a 70-foot approach. I'm gonna go with the PX3 to the right of this tree and have a little gentle fade to the basket. We'll see how it goes. Nice. That should be another par save there. I thought this course was gonna have more short holes so we can use the mid-ranges as well. Hopefully there's some of those. Hole 5 doesn't look like it's gonna be the case. Hole 5, 300 feet, par 3. You can see the basket sort of tucked behind some trees way down the fairway here. Obviously you have this big open space on the left side of the fairway, so forehand or backhand turnover probably be the ideal play here. But I want to showcase some of these mid-ranges here. So we're gonna do the MX-1 500 plastic. Gonna go down this right gap here between these two trees. So I'm gonna throw this as hard as I can through there, and we're gonna see how far it fades back. I don't expect to get anywhere near 300 feet with this, but I really want to see how overstable this disc is. Oh, that's beefy. Oh, I didn't even make it to the trees. I just kicked the left side. That is beefy. I have another MX-4 here, or MX-1 here, in 400 plastic. Let's try again. That one I got a little flatter. That's got nice distance. That was nice. Both of my MX-1s were pretty much right next to each other, even with that helpful little tree kick. So just a chip PX-3 throw here. That's really stable. Oh no, I didn't throw it hard enough. Oh God, I left myself quite a tester. Oh no, I got a straddle also. Let's go. Hole 6, par 3. Sign says 193 feet, but that's a lie. This basket is definitely further than 200 feet. UDisc has it at 220. I made a classic disc golf YouTuber blunder where I had a pretty decent shot here with the M2. I threw it on a little anhyzer on accident though, between these two trees on the right, and it panned a good deal to the right with a little fade to the left, ended with a circle 1 look, but I forgot to hit the record button. Classic mistake there. But knowing that, we're gonna take the M2 here, same line in between these two trees on the right, but I'm gonna put a little hyzer on it. I keep thinking that this is gonna be similar to my Matrix, but I find that this is a little less overstable. So I'm gonna put a little hyzer. I expect it to flip up a little, carry straight most of the flight, have a little fade at the end. We'll see how close we can get. Oh yeah, that has a little flip. It is decently overstable though. We'll see, I think I threw that kind of soft. We'll see how close we are to the basket. Well, I definitely thought that this was gonna end up like right here in the middle of this valley, but this is parked. Yes, finally, we are erasing our bogey from hole 1. That was actually a nice flight. I put a little hyzer on it, it flipped up to flat, and then it had a really nice arcing hyzer all the way to the ground, but not like a dumpy hyzer. Hole 7, another long one, par 3, 360 feet. Basket is straight ahead. We're gonna throw the FX-4, and I'm really gonna try to throw this as hard as I can to try to get a good S shape out of it. We don't wanna go too far to the left because we're gonna be heading to the road that way, so. Oh God, that's on the road. Hit a tree. Oh my God, that disc is really overstable. Did I throw the 3? Am I dumb? No, that was the FX-4. Let's try the FX-3. That feels way more overstable than a -2.1. Yeah, the FX-3 has a little more S shape. That's a much better throw. Wow, that was nice. Yeah, I don't know what it is. This FX-4 and FX-3, they're both 500 plastic, but the FX-3 definitely feels a little more understable. We got a jump putt here. So that was actually a really good throw. We could have had even a little more distance if I would have missed this little tree here. Nope, way short. Oh, that was not way short. That was very close. Okay, hole 8. UDisc says it's about 500 feet and it's way down there. Par 4. We're gonna go FX-3. Throw it nice and hard, just into this opening. Oh yeah. Not bad. Or threw that a little lower than I wanted. FX-4. Can it top it? No, that is more overstable. I feel like I threw that on a similar angle, but it did not hold the turn. We're gonna give the FX-4 one more try here on a sweeping turnover shot. Oh God, I'm really worried about this. Yeah. Oh God. We'll talk about a lucky throw there. Take my meter here. Just a floaty PX-3. Okay. Hole line, 253 feet, par 3. You cannot see the basket. Seems to be a common theme for this course. We're gonna go with the MX-1. We'll probably also throw the M2 here as well. And because it's my channel, we'll probably take the best one of the two. Oh, not high enough. Big skip. Okay, we're at the top of the hill. Let's try the M2 as well. Ooh, that's gonna be a nice shot, I think. Yeah, a little further, not by much. It's so uphill. All right, tap in par. Just for reference, you can see the M2 right here. MX-1 forehand chip. Ooh, no, don't roll. Oh God. Hole 10, par 3, 328 feet. Another long one. This was a really big downhill throw though. You can't see the basket. It's below the level of the hill that's blocking it, but it's straight ahead. Just because we haven't really gotten a chance to go off the tee with it, we're going feedback here. Oh no. Oh, I fought through. Dang. We're going PX-3. Oh, right into the pole. All right, hole 11. Sign says 307 feet, but U-Disc says right now I'm about 250 feet from the basket, which seems more correct to me. Basket is straight ahead. We got a bunch of trees to weave through, so it's actually a pretty narrow gap to get to the basket. This would be great for something like the M4, which is a little bit straighter than the M2 if I flip it up to flat, but we're gonna go M2. Well, I threw it too far to the left. That's pretty far. We could try to do a crazy S shape with the MX-1 here. Oh, look how much that fights out. That's a useful shot though to have in the bag. I thought I threw this pretty solid. Nope, just a park job for par. Okay, hole 12, par 3, 254 feet. I think it's sort of in line with that one to the right. So we're gonna throw the M2 here on a little anhyzer. And my goal is to just get it over these 3 little trees and let it hold the turn. And then hopefully we'll get a good look at birdie to close things off here. Oh no, not enough. Dang. Well, I think I'm pin high there, but I did not put enough anhyzer on it. I didn't respect it enough. So it has some pretty good fade. I really misjudged this hole. I thought that the pin was like right here. Apparently this was not the course to do any mid-range reviews on. I guess I still got to showcase the shot shape. Here we go, PX-3. Go in. Oh, we're gonna do a little rapid fire final thoughts here for this stack of discs. PX-3, I really liked. It is a really nice complement to my PA3. I do like the PX-3 a lot, and it feels very similar in the hand. I can see adding this to the bag. It reminds me of my Envy, actually, but the Envy is definitely a little shallower, which I find to be more comfortable, but I do like this PX-3 a lot. All right, going on to the A5. I really like the A5 in general. I really like it in 300 plastic, but honestly, I was really impressed. I thought it was gonna be significantly more overstable in this premium plastic, but I found that it was very similar. All right, so moving on to the mid-ranges, the MX-1 I really like a lot. It's really comfortable. It feels and flies really similarly to the Prodigy Disc Ultra that I did a review for recently, and I really like that. I think I prefer this 500 plastic over that Color Glow plastic. I really, really liked that Color Glow plastic too, so that sort of says a lot about this 500 plastic. I think Prodigy has really stepped up their game with their plastics. Like, the plastics feel great. None of these discs that I have here have had any issues with flashing or anything, so that's good to see. I'm really happy that they're improving their product quality, and I really like this MX-1. I could see adding this into the bag. The M2, I enjoyed a lot, but I don't think I'm gonna add it to the bag, only because I really think this has a lot of overlap with my Hex, honestly. And I was hoping that this would fly more similar to my Matrix, but my Matrix is definitely a good deal more overstable, so I would probably keep that in the bag over the M2. But I do like the way the M2 feels, and it does have a nice flight. Put it on hyzer, and then it'll flip up to flat, and then it'll have a nice steady hyzer finish at the end. So this is still a great disc. Fairways we can fly through really quickly. The feedback is definitely too overstable for me personally, unless I wanted to get rid of my Draco. This could actually fill that slot, I guess, but I like the way the Draco feels, so this I definitely don't foresee adding in the bag. You would need a lot of arm speed in order to see that -1 turn, but that 3 fade definitely is the case. And then the FX-3 and the FX-4, this surprised me. I really like the FX-3. I was able to get some really nice S-lines with this disc compared to the FX-4, which ended up being way more overstable than I expected. So I don't know what's the deal with that. Maybe I got like a really weird run of FX-4 where it's not as understable as I expect. So because of that, I definitely won't be adding this to the bag, but I could see adding this FX-3 to the bag because I really did like those shot shapes. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel though, because on the back 12 here, I have a pretty interesting video. In addition to these discs, I brought 2 more Prodigy fairways with me. I have the F7 and the F9, 2 of Prodigy's most understable fairway drivers. And we're gonna basically just be doing 1 disc holes where I just throw the F7 on one hole, the F9 on the other hole, and we're gonna see how we fare on this back 12. Of course, I've never played again. I don't know, it'll be interesting. I've thrown both of these just a couple of times. This F9 is very flippy. So crazy things could be happening. Definitely be sure to subscribe to the channel for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to give this one a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be notified when our next episode comes out. Until next time, guys, cheers.